What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. This is third video that'll be going up for YouTube. We're just gonna do a pretty standard run today. If you haven't checked out the last video, go check it out. This is an absolutely insanely fun run. I did the pacifist achievement. If you guys don't know what that is the achievement for going through the entire game without shooting. I was able to survive. There's only darkness 1, but you know, it doesn't require a certain darkness percentage or level or anything like that. So I figured, why not just knock it out if I can. And I was able to get through it. It's a pretty cool run, so go check that out. Today, we're going to be doing something pretty standard. Just a standard run here on Darkness 7. I just completed Darkness 6. I hadn't played in a couple days, so I decided to go do a warm-up. Ended up having probably one of the craziest runs I've had ever. So I'm gonna post a small clip of the ending of that build. That was fun. That was an Abbey build with dual SMGs. And by the end of it, it was probably the most powerful run I've ever ran, which surprised me because by the second boss I thought I was actually going to die. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just a quick clip here of that build I was just discussing. It actually turned out to be extremely powerful, extremely fun. So if you guys ever want to give this build a try, I definitely recommend it. This build is mainly built behind the siege tree. So if you don't know what that is, that's a 33% chance to save your ammo every time or whenever you're standing still. Additionally, I go to that electro tree and get the chance to refill ammo. I took the SMGs, I doubled the clip size, I built fusillade, and I really let my damage come from the elements more than anything. You know, freeze is extremely broken, but I also ended up getting the whole Reaper tree completed. So overall, a really fun build. You can see the potential of it right here. In that last clip, you could just see how much XP I was left sitting on the ground. I mean, it was only halfway through the game, and I didn't feel the need to pick it up. I mean, just to experience or limit test, I guess, that build, to see how far it could really go. There really was no point in me leaving it on the ground. I guess I could have picked it up, but it was just fun to sit there AFK, hands off keyboard, hands off mouse. In this last clip, this is obviously in the final minutes of the game. I was farming out a few extra levels, and you saw the level 37, level 38 in this clip. I ended up getting Shatter from the Ice Tree, which is probably the strongest single perk in game, and then I was hunting for the Death Rounds, which I didn't end up getting, which is just flat damage increase. But after that, for the final minute, I showcased the strength of it here. You can see myself standing completely still with that right click active. You don't even have to hold it. I clicked it once. My hands were completely off the keyboard and mouse at this point, and I am barely losing ammo, right? If there's enemies on my screen, I am killing them before they can really do anything. I'm killing things that are off screen. You'll see here at the end of this, I actually run around and pick up XP. But this build went absolutely nuts. Super fun. Give it a shot if you guys get the chance. And yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of that video. I'll let you guys watch the end of this clip where I run around, pick up XP, and you guys see the dub. Obviously, this is a pretty guaranteed win. So enjoy the rest of the video, and peace out. We're here today. I'm going to run crossbow, probably with Shauna, to try and get me that dub on the crossbow. For some reason, I just can't seem to get it working. But before we do that, let's spend some of our points here. So, probably not going to take ethereal here because I am doing a crossbow run, and cadence probably also won't help that much. It already kind of has infinite piercing, right? Maybe I could go dedication, try and get solely a dragon, but I think I'm just going to take growth here to help myself scale a little bit quicker into those later rounds. And yeah, we're looking good. So, like I said, Shauna with the crossbow. We're going to hop right in on Darkness 7. Small enemies move faster. I've actually never tried Darkness 7, so this does sound a little scary because a lot of times I narrowly avoid damage from these smaller individuals. Can already kind of tell that, yeah, the move speed difference is pretty quick. I think that'll probably play a factor in which upgrades I take. I think I'm going to probably look for an early move speed upgrade to kind of keep the pace. Besides the early move speed, double shot, an awesome upgrade to get for the crossbow, from what I can tell. So we're gonna roll with it. Still trying to feel out this crossbow, see what kind of builds I like. If this crossbow build does not work out, I'll do a different run with something else. See if I can get a good run, a fun run going here. Something that's not, you know, too meta or, you know, too bad that I can't make it through this Darkness 7, I am going to be trying to complete that, whether it's with the crossbow or not. So, from my using of the crossbow, I'm not a huge fan of the elements. They don't seem too good. I do like reload rate, however, so I will be taking that. I could have rerolled there, look for something a little stronger, but I think we're okay taking reload rate for now. I think I will start to look for a move speed upgrade pretty quick. The move speed of these enemies is definitely faster, like I said, and I know that here in a couple minutes they will probably surround me quite a bit, and I'll have to be running out of sticky situations. Probably less than a couple minutes. You kind of already see it happening, right? Alright, so what are we going to do? Split fire, actually decent with the crossbow. The problem with it is it only charges it up to the minimum. Max ammo +2, so if you saw my last video, I actually took this and then took mini clip, pretty much undid this, ended up losing the run. I don't think I was going to win that regardless of what I took there, but I do think I might have ruined that run a little bit taking mini clip or minigun, the one that puts your clip size to 1. So we're going to try it again, see if I can get something a little stronger working here with this increased clip size. And yeah, that's a gorgeous shot right there. The crossbow does feel really nice when you get to charge it up fully, get a charged shot across a huge swarm. Just feels like you're doing so much damage naturally, which is of course the case, but that's the trade-off, is a short ammo or small ammo capacity with infinite range and piercing. Now, took that move speed upgrade like I said I would. It seems pretty necessary as you get into these higher darkness levels. I haven't actually looked at what each darkness does, but in Darkness 7 we can see that these guys are moving pretty quick. Now, run and gun, there is a good case to be made here because charging up the crossbow could possibly cause me to take damage. I don't think it is a necessity yet, so we're going to try and grab something a little better. I like power shot here. I did talk about the possibility of taking the dragon early on, trying to build it. And I think that's something we got to do to get through this crossbow run. So we're going to do that. I'm going to be looking for the dragon upgrades that cause it to gain power and attack speed over time, even while it's in the egg. I think that is a pretty strong basis for making this a one run. But of course, no matter what upgrades you get, you can lose a run just from poor play. So let's gonna try and avoid doing that. H dragon, just like I said, that's money. Love that upgrade for, you know, the very first level after getting the dragon egg. That always feels good. Feeling pretty strong here, but you know, 2.5 minutes in, who isn't strong right now? I have had runs that start off strong and just don't get what they need and turn out to be losses, probably more so because of me rather than the upgrades. But this one is seeming to get the things in order that need to be in order. Yeah, this is not a great option, so I'm gonna re-roll there, and actually kill clip is probably, once again, the best option here. There's probably something to be said for blazing speed just because of the move speed. I'm not interested in Ghost Friend. Like I said, the elements don't do much for me here. I could probably make a case of getting this entire tree later on to reload my crossbow, but as of right now, that's not what I'm looking at. Kill clip, I think you collateral enough enemies that this will end up doing something for me. Pretty significant. I'm wondering how that works. I don't know if that registers all those kills in time. That seems... That's my standard reload, right? So if I do like a full charge here, let me get a good group. I don't think it registers all of them because the bolts are flying through the air. This might be relatively yeah, that seems not good. But I bet if I hold it immediately, yeah, I can get the effect if I just fire my second shot before I have the chance to reload. Just a little bit wonky. Of course, there's no way for it to calculate all that before you have killed all those enemies. If you didn't see, we did get the second dragon upgrade to help increase its power, which is pretty sick. That was just almost some dumb damage. I'm getting greedy for this boss kill, but feeling pretty good about it. I am feeling very good about this run, actually. And I am going to try and snag another level here. I think that if I can look for split fire or fan fire here, I can grab this upgrade with a chance for triple fusillade or even triple Reaper rounds. I know the last one in that tree here. So here we go. This is what I was talking about. I have a chance for triple fusillade through either of those. I don't see. I guess this triple. Fire rate pretty good. I think that increases charge speed of the crossbow. Man, I want to reroll here for the chance at seeing those Reaper rounds as well, because those are pretty good, but I actually think that like I would just throw away my chance for fusillade. So we're gonna take shoot an additional bullet behind you because we've got so many reload upgrades. Because we have 3 ammo, I don't see us actually getting any use out of fan fire, because after every time you shoot with this build, you're pretty much running to reposition. I think that's really the secret of it all. I guess you don't really need the increase in ammo if you play like this, but I think eventually we'll get surrounded to the point where I'm going to need to fire multiple times. That's kind of why I'm hoping I get this dragon popping off. I will take burn damage increase for it, and I think that will help us get out of being surrounded. Nice. 40% XP is actually what I want to see here. So incredibly strong by the first boss to have it, and we can just kind of snowball this run, I think. So I've got all 3 elements. I've got fan fire, which I think, like I said, is useless for me, and a fresh clip. Bullet damage by 50% for 1 second after reloading is actually pretty good if I fire that first shot within a second. So I'm not going to bet on that. I'm going to take Power Mage. I could reroll, but I told you guys I was already going to go down that tree for this dragon to help me get out of sticky situations, and I'm going to do exactly that. So far, so good. Just under 5 minutes into this run. They always kind of look like this with the crossbow, right? You got that high damage, and it's whether or not you can clear all the things that surround you. This might be a challenge, or not even a challenge, I guess. It's just standard gameplay, right? This might be something I decided I have to do with a different character, because I have tried this with Shaman before. It just has not worked for me. Once again, take aim, pretty good here, because it gets you into that assassin tree, but overall not what I'm looking for from any of those things. Dragon Bond is very good, but a little early, so I'm going to try and avoid it. Fire starter, really not bad. Run and gun, not bad. Magnetism, not bad. Electromage, I did talk about the possibility of going down the tree. And Dragon Bond is just too early, so I'm going to rule that one out. Magnetism is not necessary right now. Run and gun's not necessary. I'm going to go with fire starter, even though it just seems so weak, right? Like, I don't care about soothing warmth. I'm going to take running gun. Let's see if I can be a little safe here. Yeah, that feels a lot faster. That's pretty nice. I'm happy with that decision. I think the decision to take Pyromage is just wrong. I think I was thinking because I was going to get that burn damage anyways, I might as well. But I'm not really relying, sorry, not Pyromage, I already took that one, but the Fire Starter. I'm not really relying on my ability to create flames. It's more so just my dragon. There's really no reason for me to take upgrades that will cause me to do that. Overall, higher rate, probably a pretty good idea here. But we're gonna reroll. I like rerolling. I think I get greedy. Like now, this is probably not a good thing to reroll into. Vitality is always good here. Fanfire, like I said, probably not gonna be useful at all. Divine Blessing, reload rate and move speed while Holy Shield is active. I guess I could bet on myself, so we're gonna do this. Hopefully it doesn't make me too fast. Because if I get too fast and I start running into things, that's how you know something's wrong. And there will come a time that my move speed's actually kind of useless, because you get surrounded so much in this game, unless I pop off that to the point where I can get myself out of those pinches. And a good example is just there. I almost dodged into an enemy already, so that's not feeling too hot. I'm just going to stick with Stalwart Shield. I think it's a safe play here, especially since I just took a shield upgrade that gives me stats. I don't like running that. Thank you. Let's just get out of here. Sometimes I forget I have this dragon that I can use to aim to get me out of these situations. Like, it is actually doing pretty good damage this early. And this is pretty slow so far for a second boss kill. I just killed him off screen. You guys probably heard it. I must have sniped him. Get destroyed. That is the nice thing about the crossbow, right? Fire in the blind and get some hits in. Let's just take raw bullet damage, right? No reason not to. And this definitely not speed. That would kill me, actually. Bullet damage, bullet size, piercing. Piercing means nothing. There is probably something to be said about the Tome of Summoning, because my dragon will do a bunch of damage. I will get some of that damage, and it will probably just pop off, but I'm going to stick to the crossbow. I want this to be a crossbow run. I mean, I can make their summoning run and probably win with the crossbow every time, but where's the fun in that? Let's try and rely on the crossbow. There we go. Alright, so what am I worried about dying to? It's obviously just going to be the mass amount of horde of enemies that's going to come after me, that's going to kill me. How do I combat that? I think the best way to combat that is going to be fast fire rate in order to shoot often enough to get through, like, make myself a line, right? I have to charge up enough to actually get the piercing all the way up on this crossbow shot. So I think that's going to be doable through fire rate. Splinter's pretty good here as well. Those Reaper rounds do a lot of damage. But we're going to stick with fire rate. There's probably a case to be made for Magic Lens too. I took it in that last video. Showed you guys, kind of showcased it a little bit with the dragon and the ghost friend and all the summons I had. It actually, I think, does work. I could probably try and play around it, firing my crossbow through it constantly and just following the path of my crossbow to get through these hordes that I'll deal with. But that just seems like an unfun way to play. It's really restrictive. It makes you kind of just focus only on that and follow it around and all this. I'm going to flex a little bit here. We have not actually taken damage yet. We haven't even popped our Holy Shield, so I don't know if it's actually called the Holy Shield in this game, but that is a pretty good sign. We're just going to take Dragon Bond for now. I think rerolling there would probably get me something worse. And I'm pretty sure in the last video I mentioned this too right before I took damage for the first time, or lost my shield for the first time. And then later on I mentioned, you know, we're doing pretty well or something like that, and ended up dying like within a couple minutes. So I probably shouldn't mention it, but why not? You know, where's the fun in always playing it safe? Fun to look dumb sometimes. This move speed actually is helping a lot. Gun mastery pretty sick there. I think there's no reason to look at anything else. Right. Yeah, we'll take gun mastery here. I don't know if you guys have ever wanted this, but when I look at stat upgrades that are based off percentage, I wonder if it's ever significant enough to take another upgrade before something else, just because the percentage-based lowering would be less, and you'd end up with, after you got both of them, higher stats. This is not a good spot. This is not a good spot. This is what I mean with the hordes. I need fast fire rate, thank God. Fusillade would do work for me. I've kind of mentioned it to you guys. That's my goal here, is to get Fusillade. It has to be this, right? Frostmage is probably putting up a pretty good, we're rerolling. Bug it. This is not what I was looking for at all. I think Divine Lightning's wrong. I actually think I'm about to lose my Holy Shield here. I don't think we're fan-firing. Clear, not good enough. Vitality, probably. But I'm going to go Electromage, try and get some of that bonuses I've talked about. I can't believe I'm not okay, and I know I'm about to. And that's okay. Making it this far without taking damage is good enough for me. Oh, there it is. Just trying to fancy beat my way out of here. This is not looking good just because I'm getting swarmed so much. Maybe I should only focus on shooting one direction and running that direction. Stick to my original game plan. But I kind of have, you know, you have to get killed, right? Maybe I run at my bullets through the crowd. Oh, man. Dude, this magic lens is actually screaming my name. Yep. I got a lucky heal there. That has a chance of keeping me alive. That did just keep me alive. I need to reposition here. It is going to be a very difficult situation to get myself out of here. I was about to mention the fact that I got my shield back, but probably for the better that I didn't. Man, this crossbow run is just continually eluding me. I think, you know, I think your best bet is probably just to go summons, right? But it's just using only the crossbow seems so much more fun to me. It's just the charge time on it sometimes, right? Like, this is such a bad spot. I don't know if you guys can tell this, but this is not looking good. I'm actually wriggling here. In the hopes of vitality. But I think I have to get Frost Mage next. The Splinter with Frost should be enough. Unfortunately, I believe that is my out in this run, is stacking a few of the elements together with my crossbow. It is probably the out for most runs. You know, you take Frost, you take Electro, you just spam bullets. I don't want that to be my out for every run, but when your situation's looking dire like this, you just gotta do what you gotta do. Man, this is probably a burn situation. Okay, that's not bad. The fire energy speed. They have like some odd delay between the bursts. I actually don't mind that at all. I could use that. Unlikely, but I could. So a few things we're gonna look for. We're gonna look for the vitality upgrade. As you can see, our health is dangerously low. We're gonna look for the soothing warmth now that we've gotten the burn damage. There's a very small chance of getting healed every time you deal fire damage, and that does count the damage from our dragon. So we'll probably rely on that a little bit to stay healthy. I will definitely start to take more and more damage as the run goes on. I don't think that the crossbow build that I'm building is anything insane, but definitely fun. Feels more skill than build in the crossbow run, right? You do a lot more dodging, you do a lot more maneuvering and positioning with the shots. You have to, I think, be smarter when you're taking your shots too, because you get punished pretty hard. That's something I haven't really tried in the down. Probably should do that more. Right? Like I can take the upgrade to increase my damage for my first shot. I wonder if that works on the split shot behind me too. Fanfire's not looking so bad right now. This is not good. Get me out. I tunneled way too hard on the boss there. Tell that I got quiet. I was trying to focus. This is just not what I'm wanting to see here in terms of damage. I need to get rid of these. These guys are gonna be the death of me, right? I don't know how I took damage there, and I'm now very scared. And I don't know how I didn't die there right after. But I didn't. So we're gonna just play it off. Completely forgot what I was saying. But this is probably one of the more difficult runs I've had to try and get through. I am so lucky to have Stalwart Shield right now. That has saved me from 4 or 5 damage like this game. I easily think that the Holy Shield upgrade for your runes is the most overpowered upgrade. Dude, this is just not what I'm looking for. I think I have to take freeze, right? Just protect myself. I think I was talking about split shot, about whether or not it deals damage. Maybe not. But I am curious about, you know, how much those are going to be coming out. Can I spam this boss down? I guess not. God, this boss is not taking any damage from me. That is a mad sign. I think those are infinite range, right? If I just keep doing this, I just lost my full shield. I do need healing. I'm not in a good situation. I don't know if this strategy is actually better. Like, it seems to get me through more, but if I just charge one shot, like, I kill a lot more, don't I? Maybe I charge and then follow with the spam? Hard to say. I think, it might be the... Oh, please! I should be dead. And our shield is back again. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, I need some help. I need some serious help on this run. I don't even know where the boss is. I don't know if the boss is tied. Don't know if I'm ever gonna get the boss's reward. And if you don't know, there is a boss that spawns pretty much right after this one. And you can have them both spawn at the same time. So, probably not a good sign if that ends up happening to me. Is it? Like, where is this boss? I need to kill this. I need the upgrade. By the way, in case you guys aren't aware, if you're not tracking or if you just haven't played this game enough, the boss's upgrade is going to be triple the next effect of whatever I get. Right now, I really need that. I could look for... Oh, man. I could look for the frostbite upgrade. That would be pretty sick. I still don't have Fuselage, as you can tell. So that would be pretty sick. I don't think I've taken Reaper rounds. Right? Like, there's no Reaper rounds here, as far as I know. I don't know how far into that tree I am. There's a lot of things I could take here that would probably help if I got the triple upgrade. If I ever see the boss again. Maybe I'll win the run surviving 5 more minutes without ever seeing the boss. That would be pretty sick. Or the chest, if I killed it. But I think all of the bosses make a noise. I have not heard it. Okay, so this... What? Wait, I didn't kill the talking box. Oh my word, this is bad. There's the talking boss? Oh my gosh. There's a talking boss somewhere. There's this boss, which is a different boss. And then there's still that final boss to talk about spawning at the same time as this. Ooh, baby. This is the spiciest run. And there it goes. Well, I gave it a fair shot. I actually think I probably did kill that last boss. I have no idea where, though. I didn't hear an audio cue. I didn't see it happen. It might have even happened on my screen, but obviously when things get spicy like that, you're not looking anywhere except where you're running. So, we're going to run it back. I'm going to try something a little stronger. Maybe on a character I haven't won with in a while. Probably haven't even tried in a while. I could do... the flame cannon here. It is pretty good. I did flame cannon with Spark, but Scarlet's pretty fun with flame cannon as well. Diamond has been a blast to play. What do I think? Scarlet and the flame cannon probably. Could just go. I haven't won with this. I haven't won with it forever. I'm gonna go Scarlet. I'm gonna go flame cannon. We're gonna keep it, pretty simple here. And let's check it out. Alright. I plan to obviously run down the fire tree, as you guys should probably already know. And if you haven't seen, the flame cannon can get absolutely insane with some of the elemental upgrades. I've actually not done I have done a flame cannon run with Scarlet. I haven't done a flame cannon run with Scarlet that has made it very far, surprisingly. Mainly because I just tried it when I was bad and brand new to the game. But I did it with Spark, and Spark honestly did absolutely nothing. Like the character itself. It was entirely the flame cannon that carried me through. It's a pretty fun run though. I will try and take an early dragon egg here because of the burn. Don't see myself taking any other summons for this run. I guess you could probably take an electro bug. I will more than likely end up with energized, which will restore my ammo every time lightning strikes, so the electro bug's always good. I was hoping for the early dragon there, you know how pretty that would have been. Bullet speed, if you guys aren't aware, will actually make your bullets travel farther. I did talk about haste in the last run because, faster movement, better dodging, makes it a little bit easier on you. We're gonna take aim, we're gonna take the bullet speed. As you can see, they're reaching a little bit further now, so get a little more out of my gun itself. And I'll let that guy burn and blow one up. Yeah. Pretty simple run. All the early game runs. I wish you could just skip the first 5 minutes and just, it takes your average level over 100 runs and gives you that level to start selecting things from. Yeah, that'd be crazy. We'll take a double shot here. Why not? Or burn. Eventually we will look for Fuselage. We care absolutely nothing about actual damage. we only care about getting out as many shots as possible. The more shots you do, the more burn you stack, the more damage you take per second. Obviously, I'm taking that because I think I have a slight fetish for the Dragon Egg. It does seem absolutely insane. But only if you get it early, and it becomes useless in my eyes past 5 minutes. Not really useless, but I think you get significantly reduced results past 5 minutes. Because when you're going to need it most, it's going to be in that 8 to 5 minute range. And it's not going to be strong enough to do anything for you at that point unless you've gotten it early. So I'm 2 minutes in and I'm already going to be stacking. I think that was the damage one that I got. And when it pops out, you know, in 3 minutes, it's going to have... Give me 1 sec to get out of this sticky situation. It's going to have an additional 24 damage over its standard shot. That's insane, actually, if you think about it. Pretty much a flat 24 damage boost. Then, additionally, if I can get any time soon, if I can get the attack speed buff, you know, I'm looking at 20 to 30% additional attack speed over waiting on this dragon. That's pretty crazy to me. We are looking pretty good, I think. I haven't been a fan of our upgrades too much. I do, of course, you know, like the Dragon Egg, like I've been talking about, but all these other ones, you know, we haven't seen Pyro Mage yet, which helps stack them around with dumb damage. Or I guess not damage, but dumb way to lose the shields. Yeah, we just keep seeing all these, you know, rubber bullet upgrades, the light bullets. Like, I don't power shot, like I've already told you guys, I don't care about any of those upgrades, so a little unfortunate that they keep popping up. But we'll make do with what we got. We're still stacking the dragon. It'll still be strong. I will eventually get the pyro upgrades I need. Just a matter of surviving until then. And not taking damage there. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Fuck it. Let's take more reload speed. Quick hands. These are... I think there's a lot of kind of like arbitrary upgrades in the game that you don't really care about, but they're always good scapegoats, and at the end of the run, if you have your completed build, you're going to end up taking them because they're good, but not great. And they fit in just about every build, right? Like, very few builds don't care about a reload rate. Very few builds, you know, don't care about move speed, stuff like that. There's Train Dragon, 10% attack speed every 60 seconds. 6 minutes from now, I'm going to have an additional 60% attack speed, and compared to if I just got my Dragon Egg, you know, that's pretty sick. We aren't even, I mean, Armed and Ready is pretty good here, but we're not really missing much. The Electro Mage as well. Magnetism, always good. One of those upgrades I talked about, take if nothing else is on the table. I actually really enjoy Magnetism. I think pickup range is really good. I just don't always think it's worth losing a good upgrade over or a better upgrade. Hold on, I'm having a pop up on my screen. Scarlet gain plus 10% fire rate every time she inflicts burn. Buff resets on reload. So I actually forgot about this. As you can see, the amount of burn we're inflicting. I'm probably going to try and do a siege build with that. And that makes this much better. Both of those are pretty good. Yeah, we're going to take the plus 2 ammo. This is going to melt. Absolutely melt when... If you can get a build going that has high ammo on this gun, I completely forgot that this is a thing. I didn't run this on Spark, obviously, because it's a Scarlet specific upgrade. But I'm going to try and take the double clip and just make this upgrade absolutely top. That seems so fun to me. Probably a little overpowered from what I've seen. But, hey, overpowered's fun, right? Everybody likes winning. If you don't like winning, you're lying. Alright. There it is. Pyro Mage, the other thing we were looking for. Great timing on that. More chance to inflict burn, essentially. And also, in case you didn't notice, we did just hatch our dragon, so we are just getting ramped up right now. We're done with the arbitrary upgrades. We're done with the fillers. We're ready for the real deal to start putting this build together. So, funny enough, I think I said in my first video that I didn't believe that trees were killable. I was very wrong. You can. The easiest way to do it is obviously with a frost upgrade and just spamming a bunch of bullets at it, and it just takes a bunch of damage through your frost upgrade. But funny enough, the only other way I think I've killed it, or maybe one of the only other 2 ways I've ever killed it, has been through fire. Because like I said, burn damage stacks, making it absolutely insane when you can just sit in on target and just, you know, all of a sudden that thing's taking 141 damage and there's 150, you know, things like that. And you can reload fast enough to just reapply. I think this guy's gonna die any second now. There it is. Definitely almost let myself take some damage trying to get those last shots in, but we ended up alright. But yeah, like I mentioned with the stacking, fire is actually insane for bosses. Just stacking it on them if you're safe enough to, you know, get your shots off and just keep that burn stacking. So here, Tome of Elements, increase burn damage, lightning damage, and freeze duration by 35%. So just increasing that damage. The other option here, Tome of Summoning, I think is the second best option because, you know, we have that dragon that's building up. And I actually try and do that with every burn build to get that. Also, another cool little thing. I'm going to show you guys. I just freshly reloaded. There's my attack speed, right? Let's hope I don't take damage just trying to show you guys this, but we'll see. We're going to take Frost, because, yeah. Hold on. Let me get out of there. So you guys just saw roughly what my attack speed's like. I'm going to show you guys here in a second. I'm not going to fire any bullets. I'm going to let my dragon inflict some fire damage. I'm going to show you guys my attack speed, because it does scale with my dragon. That was my entire clip right there, 14 shots. That's insane. I think another great reason to have this dragon. And we will actually probably take Magic Lens later on, because it does have a part of the tree that if your bullets go through it, they will inflict burn damage. Which I guess less important when you have a dragon and a flame gun. But I don't know. It seems like I like it. Maybe it doubles burn. I haven't really done the research. If it does, that is absolutely insane. If it doesn't, oh well. Pretty cool still. It does increase bullet size, so you can burn more things at once. And I do want to actually look for bullet speed when I get the chance. Probably not right now. There was comedic timing, but alright, so we're shooting so much that I think I take Electro Mage here. I forego Frostbite, which may be a mistake, because this is a lot better for clearing crowds. But we are shooting so much, and we look for Electro Bug. We look to start getting the ammo popping. Kind of hurts not taking Frostbite, but it is another run-of-the-mill, you know, Frostbite build. You know, with any element build, you're pretty much going to take all three because they synergize with each other pretty well. I mean, if you have Burn, you synergize directly with Freeze because you get the Frost Burn later on. Man, I love all of these, actually. Except Ghost Friend, kind of useless, but those are like probably some of the top 5, 4 of the top 5 upgrades I want. We're just gonna take straight up burn damage, probably the best. I just lost Holy Shield by running into a guy before he died. But yeah, if you're running this build with fire, you're probably gonna, you know, want to get Frostburn or whatever it's called, and so you're end up going freeze. If you're running fire, you're going to want the lightning tree because it causes explosion. It's just extra damage. You know, the lightning tree by itself is pretty good. So. And if you run Spark instead of Scarlet, and you're taking that lightning tree, then you're looking for spam ability. So you're taking, you know, the lightning tree, getting recharged on your shots. I think I want Firestarter so bad here. But I'm going to take Frostbite because I think it's better. So yeah, unfortunately, I think if you're relying on any of the elements, you're going to rely on all 3 of the elements. Additionally, if you're taking a summoning build, right, like your dragon's going to be doing burn damage, so you're taking the burn tree. If you're doing a spam build, you're taking Frost because you're shooting so many shots and having Splinter effect Frost. It's pretty much every build, I think, that is not viable, that's not the right word, because you can do it without it, but any build that's a top tier build, one that's spammable, fun, and just kind of destroys the map, it's going to have some hand in elements. So right now, I'm trying my best not to take any damage, as I'm getting very close to some of these guys. Mainly because I want to try and do the Perfection Shot. I think this is a good setup for a build that can do the Perfection Shot. It's just whether or not it... Very well. I was gonna say, it's just whether or not I played well enough. Did not see that guy. That is one of the downfalls of these builds, or this build and builds that are spammy specifically. Just running kind of where you're firing is, you know, pretty standard. I'm going to lose this run, even though it's overpowered. Oh my word. It's pretty standard practice to run where you're firing, but sometimes you run a little too fast with your flame damage while it's ticking down, so you gotta wait sometimes for it to tick them down and actually get them out of your way. You gotta be careful. But sometimes you're looking and you're like, oh, that's my dragon, I'm fine, and then next thing you know, I'm getting popped for 2 of my hearts and my shields within 30 seconds on a run I wanted to mention. I'm going perfectionist and comedic timing, as always, but maybe eventually. It's probably one of the harder achievements to do, right? Especially if you just don't lower the difficulty. I mean, I could max out my rune tree and go darkness 0 and become overpowered. Yeah, I'll get the achievement eventually. I do want to actively try while I am moving up in darkness levels. I do intend to complete the game on darkness 15 for all characters and all weapons. Good options here. Firestarter, very good. Electrobug, I think, is a better option to try and charge my ammo. But no, I think I want this for the Soothing Warmth chance. Like, I have this chance already. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think if you have both ones in a tree, you have a better chance of getting the final one. I'm not sure if that's true. Maybe it's just, you know, bias, because that's what I seem to think. And I have like that confirmation bias where every time I think that and I try it, it works out and I end up choosing a good eventually. I'm like, oh yeah, I only got that because, you know, I took that second side of the tree a while back. Shooting an additional bullet behind me, probably going to be what I'm going for here. I can get Fusillade. I don't have Fanfire. Fusillade is very good. Probably one of the ones I've neglected to actually look towards. Just wider range of fire and ways to deal damage. I do need to get Soothing Warmth, I think it's called. Just to make sure I don't die, because I just saw this a second ago. I actually took some very dumb damage. I'm still susceptible to doing the very same thing here as these waves get harder. In a minute and a half, I think is probably when you... Ooh. Yeah, let's take Soothing Warmth. If I survive longer, then I'll guarantee my chance at actually getting that other upgrade. I'm not too worried about it right now. Yeah, the minute and a half is the 8, like what I called it, or like I think it was the 8-minute spike. It definitely gets significantly harder around 8 minutes compared to the couple minutes before it. Like right now, you know, I can run around and not even really shoot, and I'm not getting surrounded at all. Come 8 minutes, I will be surrounded by these thick boys, and it will remind me of a very solemn Saturday night. So we're not going to try that one. We're going to just try and clear him early, get ahead of the curve. And that is the power of Scarlet right there. Just getting a little bit of burn down, and all of a sudden you're shooting, you know, 12 bullets in half. It's pretty crazy. I do want to try and get Siege. I don't think it's anywhere near the top of my list. I think it's actually relatively low. Also, in case you haven't noticed, we did heal, so it is always nice. Alright, let's see how fast I can take down this boss. I feel safe enough that I can kind of target it. I'm running at it. And that's the run. I might be the biggest idiot ever, but it is what it is, alright? So, next video we will try again. That was Darkness 7. I just couldn't seem to get past it, going through the little bit of a fun build on the first one, and an overpowered one on the second that I kind of memed a little too hard and threw away completely. But the next time we will give it another shot. We'll be a little bit stronger, hopefully play a little bit better, and we'll definitely knock that out. If you made it this far in the video, thank you guys very much for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more of this content, as well as other games I plan to delve into in the future. But I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and peace out.